Okay, so I started working on ranking the bosses in Dark Souls 3. Yep, putting in that work. I mean, that's just what I do. I start with some notes and we go from there. It's a long process, but someone's got to do it, right? I mean, who else is going to do this? I am having a hard time ranking these bosses. Not going to lie to you guys. I had a feeling this was going to happen, but I didn't think it would be this hard. The problem I'm having for some of these bosses is that they're not very hard, at least the majority of them. I'd say there's probably like 5 or 6 that I'm kind of gonna have at the top as far as the hardest, but beyond that, for the rest of the list, I'm just lost. I don't really know how to go about ranking them because let me give you an example. The Abyss Watchers. I've seen people struggle with this boss. I know that it's not an easy boss, but I beat them the first try. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, do I base it just off of that? If I beat it on the first try, does that mean they're easy? I don't know, because I look at their moveset, I look at the whole boss fight, and I look at the factors in the fight, such as there's multiples of them, and one of them will actually kind of help you during the fight, and then you have the other one that starts to attack you. So essentially, you got 2 going after you. And so, yeah, that does make it harder, but how hard? Because if I beat it the first time, it couldn't have been that hard, at least to me and my playstyle, I guess, or just from my perspective. But if I had to look at this boss objectively, I would think, yeah, that's challenging. I could see people dying to this boss a lot. I have seen it. I know people who have struggled with this boss, so it's not easy, but I did beat it the first try. So it's really hard putting this boss into the ranking. It's like, where do I put it? Out of the 19 bosses, where does this boss go? And this isn't the only one. Champion Gunder is definitely another one. I beat him the first try, and I had people asking me in comments, they were asking, okay, how do you beat this guy the first time, but yet you had trouble with the Soul of Cinder? Because I guess in their minds, they're thinking it's reversed, that Champion Gunder was much harder than Soul of Cinder, and they're probably right for all I know, because when I fought Soul of Cinder, this is another dilemma I'm having. I fought this guy and I was so off that day. You know when you play games and you just feel like no matter what game you play, you're just off? I bet if I played Uncharted or anything else, I would have been sucking too. Like I just would have sucked. And so I take that into consideration and think, okay, if I would have played on a better day and I would have been just better all around, maybe Soul of Cinder would have been easier. I don't know. All I know is that it took me a lot of tries to beat that one, and yet only 1 try for Champion Gunder. So I don't know. And I know I'm not going to base it off other people's experiences, of course. It's going to be my list. It's going to be what I went through. So I feel like I have to take that into account, just how many times it took me. It doesn't lie. That's numbers that you can take and run with, and I have to take that into consideration. So the number of tries is definitely going to be a part of the process when I rank these bosses. I did the same thing with Bloodborne, but with Bloodborne, it was just much easier. I felt like, with the exception of a couple, I had an easy time ranking those bosses because it was just so clear. I knew which ones were the hardest, I knew which ones were the easiest, and there was no in between. It was just so clear to me how I was going to rank those bosses. But with Dark Souls 3, I'm lost. Seriously, I don't know even where to begin. It's kind of giving me a headache, but I'm going to keep working on it. And I just wanted to let you guys know that that video and article probably first, it helps me out. I'm going to put that up on She Attack, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. It depends how much time I have to actually work on this stuff, but I am going to be working on this. This is coming in the future, so I hope you guys can stay tuned for that. I got a lot of good reception for the Bloodborne rankings, so I'm excited. I can't wait to do it. It's just that I'm kind of stuck right now. I'm kind of torn between a lot of factors, a lot of the bosses. Some of them I just feel like were very, very easy, so I'm going to have to kind of go through those first. I feel like I should start with those and just kind of figure out, okay, which one has an upper hand on the other in whichever way. Even if it's just the smallest thing, what makes this boss harder from the other one? And I have to just keep working through that, and then I'll get to the harder ones later, which in my opinion is going to be the easiest part, because There's a couple that just stand out to me and they gave me the most trouble. And I do feel like objectively, if I look at it just from a gameplay perspective, they have a better moveset. They are more difficult to dodge. They have a more variety of moves that they, you know, have against me and all of that. So I feel like that's going to be much easier. It's the easy bosses that are kind of hard right now. So if I can just get through that, then hopefully this video and article will come about. Hopefully soon. But I kind of wanted to throw this video up here just to let you guys know where I'm at and my thought process and all of that. And maybe you guys can help me out. What other factors do you think I should consider when ranking these bosses beyond how many tries it took me? Because I know there's some people out there when they do these rankings, they'll consider all kinds of stuff like the lore, the move sets, the areas leading up to the bosses. I did a little bit of that with Bloodborne. I did mention the lore at times and stuff like that, but that to me just kind of screams, well, this is why I really like this boss, or this is what makes this boss even cooler. And I don't know if that's really the theme of this ranking system, because I'm trying to go from easiest to hardest, and that's it. I'm not trying to say which ones I like more than the other and all of that. I'm just trying to base it strictly on the difficulty. So what other factors do you think I should consider? Definitely let me know. It will help me out a lot because, as you can see, not a lot going on so far as just notes right now. I'm just brainstorming and I'm going in circles. So anything you guys can give me will definitely help. And once again, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really, really appreciate it. I've been kind of slacking the past week or so. After E3, the news kind of got slow, and not only that, but I've just been burnt out from work, and it's hot here, so I've just been feeling kind of crappy the past week. I'm just getting used to the weather right now. It's draining. Let me just put it that way. If you're in Cali right now, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, you guys, thanks again for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace.